Now at 10, a family grieving the loss of a man who was found dead while skiing near Brighton earlier this week. See what his family has to say about his legacy. Plus, Wasatch Adaptive Sports hosting the Subaru Athlete Challenge today at Snowboarder. How the event is bringing together snow athletes of all abilities. And a celebration welcoming refugees for International Women's Day. How one group is highlighting all women.
Live from Utah's first TV station, ABC4 News celebrates 75 years.
Good evening, I'm Sarah Murphy. Thanks for joining us here for ABC4 News at 10. We begin tonight with an update on the skier found dead near Brighton Tuesday evening. Today, ABC4's Annika Johns met with 37-year-old Kyle Mortenson's family. She joins us live in studio with a message his family say they want people to know. Annika.
Thanks, Sarah. Kyle Mortenson's family says he knew Brighton like the back of his hand. He was an experienced skier and outdoorsman, and the events that took his life was a freak accident no one could see coming.
We're just going to miss him a lot.
37-year-old Kyle Mortenson was skiing in the backcountry near Brighton when unforeseen circumstances sent him crashing into a tree before falling down into a tree well. UPD and the Wasatch Backcountry Rescue found him deceased a few hours later.
That this was just a terrible accident. He was an expert snowboarder. He's done it his whole life and he knew the mountain well. This was just a terrible accident.
Mortenson was a beloved son, brother, and father. He is remembered by his wife, Clarissa, and his three sons, Finn, Ronan, and Kieran.
Kyle was just teaching Finn to snowboard, and Finn just this year just started to actually enjoy it.
According to his family, Mortenson loved the outdoors.
He's an incredible outdoorsman. He's always enjoyed the outdoors, anything from hiking, biking, camping, and of course snowboarding was one of his major passions in life.
That passion for snowboarding came from growing up in the mountains of Southern California.
We grew up in Southern California, and so we grew up snowboarding at Big Bear, and he's just below me in age, but my other siblings weren't as passionate about it, but he and I really stuck with it, and my parents would always take us on vacations to Big Bear and occasionally Mammoth, and so he was my ski lift buddy.
Outside of his love for the outdoors, Mortenson was an established author with a second book in the works.
Their new young father working a full-time job, and just for fun they write a book. It's just incredible.
Mortenson's family continued saying that while he is gone, his memory and passion for life and the things he loves will continue.
It'll live on through his three young sons, and our family's going to do the best job we can to help them know him through us and to keep him alive in their memory.
Mortenson's sister has set up a GoFundMe to help provide his family with funds to put towards his three sons' future education. If you're interested in helping, you can find the page by searching for the Kyle Mortenson Memorial Scholarship Fund. Back to you, Sarah.
Thanks, Annika. We're turning now to a mid-air scare. Passengers now safely back in Salt Lake City today after American Airlines Flight 1871 experiencing turbulence was struck by lightning as the storm moved through Utah last night. An American Airlines spokesman said the plane was waiting to land in Salt Lake when struck by the lightning. Weather conditions on the ground prevented the plane from landing safely. Officials saying that's when the flight was diverted mid-air to Boise around 4:30 p.m. American Airlines telling us crews inspected the plane in Boise, giving it the clear, and rerouted the flight back to Salt Lake. The plane landing here in Utah just after 9 o'clock last night. We were at the Salt Lake City International Airport when passengers came off the flight.
On approach, we were in quite the storm and saw a burst of pink and blue light. Not quite sure what happened, but quickly on trying to land, the pilot instructed us that he thought that we might have been struck by lightning, and due to the high winds that we would be diverted to Boise.
Passengers on the flight crediting the pilot, saying they did a great job during the scare. Passengers relieved to be home on the ground safe in Salt Lake City after spending those several extra hours on the flight. All right, turning now to Nate Larson for our first look at the forecast. Now, Nate, you know the saying where they say in Utah, if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes. I feel like we've seen that a bit this weekend. We had lightning, we have sun today. It's been everything.
Yeah, yesterday's cold front was very impressive. It was nice to see the clear skies, though, for a bit today. Some clouds have filled back in, Sarah. This evening, we have calm weather, though. Current conditions from the Colonial flag showing, pretty quiet weather overall. We do have some high clouds that have streamed in from the west. We're looking at a chance of some moisture moisture as we get into early Sunday. So current temperatures, we were in the 40s today. I'm not sure why my computer is being sluggish. There we go. 40 degrees is where we're sitting at. Southwest winds at 5 miles per hour, just making it feel like 37. It was pretty nice overall today, except for down south. We had quite a bit of showers, even thunderstorms to deal with. Still dealing with some rain in eastern portions of Washington County. A little bit of light snow shower activity as well. Looks like we've had a little bit of light rain that's filled into Cedar City in addition to that. The St. George Airport only showing about 1/10 of an inch of moisture, but as we move up north along the I-15 corridor, there are some impressive amounts, anywhere from a good 1/2 of an inch to an inch in the last 24 hours, especially in the higher elevations. Still some lingering rain snow showers across portions of Nevada, pretty quiet across central and northern Utah, but that won't be the case. We'll see showers diminish over the southern part of the state, but increase across central and northern Utah throughout the overnight hours into tomorrow morning. Could see a little bit of light snow shower activity across the Wasatch Front, if not a wintry mix, as temperatures should be in the mid-30s overnight. This is just one wave of moisture. We'll talk about several more storms that are lined up to hit the Beehive State. Details on that coming up. Sarah?
All right, thanks, Nate. Now today, snow athletes of all abilities getting the chance to take part in a fun and friendly downhill ski race. This happening at Snowboard Resort as part of the Subaru Athlete Challenge hosted by Wasatch Adaptive Sports, which is going on its 37th year. Professional athletes, mascots, princesses, WAS students, and even Pro Football Hall of Fame quarterback Steve Young, all gearing up for the fun. Snowboard athlete Brody Broderick spoke to us, telling us about what the kids can expect from some big names on the slopes today.
We have, in the morning, we have the race. That's the Subaru Athlete Challenge, where all these kids will come up and race against the athletes, myself being one of them. But Steve Young, Jim Herman, a bunch of these guys will be out there slipping around.
WAS Executive Director Elizabeth Kimball saying the event is a wonderful celebration of the students in the program, and the support from Steve Young, Snowbird, Subaru, and the many partners they have is what makes their work possible. And Utah Refugee Connection, along with Ken Garff employees, hosting an International Women's Day celebration today. This happening at the Columbus Education Center in Salt Lake. A spokesperson for Ken Garff saying this event is important to show how passionate the group feels about everyone feeling welcome here in Utah. They say they want to celebrate these women and Utah women and want to create a feeling of safety and community. The group decorated the center and offered some fun food, all the while playing music and making space for dancing. And remember, what's news to you matters to us. Report breaking news or share your story tips with us on the ABC4 News tip line, online at abc4.com/tipline, or call the number right there on your screen. Stick with us. We'll be right back.